At home, on the Gallops in Cheltenham, in central southwest England, it's business as usual for eventer Laura Collett after a summer to remember in Paris. It's been just a matter of weeks since she celebrated not only an individual bronze medal, but also team gold at the Olympic Games. A feat that just over 10 years ago, following a near catastrophic accident, would have seemed impossible.
Back in 2013, I had a rotational fall at an event at Tweedledown, so the horse flipped over and landed on top of me. I was resuscitated 5 times on the way to hospital, put in an induced coma for a week and broke a few bones, lacerated liver, lost the sight in an eye, so pretty horrific fall, but I was very lucky that by the time I woke up, they sort of had all my pain under control with pain meds and everything. For me, it was almost like it didn't really happen because I had no recollection of the day. It was very easy to get back on and carry on as normal. Never a doubt in my mind that I'd get back on and carry on doing what I love. It's what I live for. I'm working with the horses, spending time with them, figuring them out, their personalities and what makes them tick. First thing I wanted to do was get back to the yard and see all the horses that I love. The only long-lasting effect I had from my accident was losing the sight in my right eye. Depth perception was quite difficult to read where things were, and objects sort of looked like they were moving. The body's amazing in adapting. So for me, it was just learn to live with it. I was very lucky that the horses that I rode for the rest of that season, and I only rode the experienced ones because they're more experienced and understand how to read a distance themselves and can look after themselves. So I felt like over a short period of time I was back to normal. I'm so unbelievably proud of all the horses that have helped get me to this point. Without them, I'm nothing, and I'm so lucky to have had some incredible horses in my career, but for me, London 52 is obviously the standout. He's my absolute horse of a lifetime, and without him, I wouldn't have done half the things that as a child I dreamed of doing. I think with him, it is the journey that we've been on together makes it extra special because it's not been plain sailing, it's not been an easy road, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, but it's been one hell of a ride. So we're here out in the field, got London 52 in the background and his little field buddy Amazon, who's just a 4-year-old baby, so he's looking after him on his holidays. He's having a well-deserved break after Paris, so he'll have probably 6 to 8 weeks out here and then start work again. London is a German Holsteiner. He was actually got more dressage and show jump breeding. So he's quite a shy character. You can see he doesn't really like people being in his space. He's a performer. He loves a crowd when he's competing, but when it's his quiet time, he likes to be left alone. So we built a partnership over many years. I got him when he was 7 years old and he's 15 now, so lots of years of working together, building the trust and partnership. He wasn't a natural cross-country horse, so he's really had to learn to trust me, and that's what makes him so special, is that he's adapted. He's learned to just go where I tell him to go, and yeah, perform like a superstar that he is. Paris was unbelievable. High expectations that it was going to be a good games, but it was blown out the water, and the crowds, honestly, the crowds just made it so special. The Palace of Versailles was an absolutely stunning venue. Going back to Paris after winning team gold in Tokyo, there was a huge amount of pressure. We were going there as the favourites, and we had 3 amazing horses. We were very much expected to win a gold medal, which obviously piles the pressure on, but it's a good place to be, is to go in as the favourites, and luckily everything went to plan. Winning an individual medal has always been my absolute sort of aim and goal. Went into Tokyo with the knowledge that the horse was capable of winning a medal, but they made a few mistakes. So it sort of felt like a redemption mission going to Paris and trying to put right what went wrong. There's been many ups and downs along the way, but it all becomes irrelevant when you're stood on a podium and you've got those medals that you've dreamed of for years, and you realise that every bad day is worth it, and it's all part of the journey, and it makes it extra special. We're here at home in Salperton, where all the hard work happens, long winter days of riding and exercising and training the horses up.
Post-Paris, Pendle Farm remains a hive of activity, thoughts now turning to the future. And with London 52 taking time out, it's a chance for Laura to concentrate on some of her younger, up-and-coming horses in the yard, which includes 6-year-old Grey Gelding, Cooley Ice Age.
In the arena, he will do a bit of jumping, call it grid work. It's down a grid in the middle of the arena, so it works on the horses, sort of gymnastic exercises, building their body strength and working on their technique. The work never stops. We're always trying to build a string of horses with the hope that we might find another London 52, but also very rare. They're not easy to find superstars like him. So yeah, each day you're working on building the next generation and trying to build them up to be the best that they can be. So all the horses have very different personalities. That's part of the reason why I love working with them, is figuring out what makes them tick. Obviously for the athletes that are going cross country at a high level, you have to have full trust in the horse that you're riding, and vice versa, the horse has to trust you. So yeah, I guess it's just something that's built up over time. You can't build a partnership overnight, and some take longer to build than others. It's all part of the process and part of the journey. I'd say it's been a roller coaster of emotions, and some days it seemed like the dream was, you know, a million miles away and never going to be achievable. I would say until I was actually stood on a podium, it seemed like an unachievable dream. I feel very fortunate and very lucky to have been given the opportunity to experience an Olympic Games, and then to stand on a podium with a gold medal is just beyond your wildest dreams.